Today, I want to talk about my content creation journey. I've been in content creation now for about 7 to 8 years. I started it at 18 years old. First piece of advice I think that I would like to give is to take risks. When I was just starting out, the first bold thing that I did was to get a ton of influencers that I knew in my country. I'm from Jamaica, by the way, and to attach them all on an email and send it out offering my services for extremely cheap. I don't even think I actually gave a price because I was willing to work for free just to get in the reps. And only one influencer actually answered me from that email, and to this day we're very close friends. I worked on his social media platform for a very long time and I learned a ton of things. The first friend that I met was Dutty Berry. His name is Rushing Berry from the Dutty Berry Show. Extremely cool guy. I wish he would show a lot more of that side of himself on his channel, but he's amazing. He was the first person that ever really believed in me and took a shot. He gave me a meeting, we met up, and I guess it was all history from that point on. I'll tell the story more in depth another day. But taking risk, when I got that opportunity, I was challenged in different ways. I was able to see what it actually took to run a social media page at his scale. He's really popular on YouTube. And then my next opportunity was more business oriented. I wanted to make money and I was going deeper into making lyric videos because at that time I was really into motion graphics. At that time I was also very skilled at Adobe After Effects. That's the platform I really knew a lot about. And in taking that risk, I met another friend, Patrick Jose from Hot Money Studios, gave me a ton of opportunities with lyric videos, but it challenged me to realize I needed to make a ton of systems and I needed to get lyric videos extremely fast. And I learned a ton about lyric videos during that opportunity. Then I said one day to take another opportunity with an influencer who contacted me. He says Anish Bat and he owns Watch Anish. Extremely cool guy. But we clicked and I decided that I wanted to leave the lyric video space, and he gave me tons of opportunities, but nobody challenged me like Anish did. And the reason why I'm saying take risks, it's a phrase that you hear a lot, take risks. But what does it really mean? It just simply means just do whatever it is that you're scared to do. There might be something that you're scared to do, just probably do it. Obviously, don't fight a lion, don't fight a bear. I have a friend that say if he fought a bear, he would definitely win. Just take risks, because in taking a risk, you'll be challenged to do things that you never probably challenge yourself to do. I'm my best critic. I think that I challenge myself more than anybody would probably have challenged me. That's what I used to believe. But after taking on so much risk in my career over the last couple of years, I'm telling you, nobody will challenge you than you taking a large amount of risk, putting yourself in an extremely uncomfortable position to learn more, to be more, and to grow more. So I continue to take risks, and now I'm taking the risk of being a content creator. Another advice that I would give is to learn fast. Now, in being a content creator or being in any field, you will realize that this is all just about learning skills. It's just skills. I first started out learning about visual effects, and then I started learning about motion graphics. Then I started learning about marketing. Then I started learning about social media marketing. I started learning about advertising, Facebook ads, all different types of things. And then what you'll find is that the older you get or the more advanced you get in your career, you start to merge these skills. We'll talk more about merging the skills later. However, what you have a finite amount of is time. No matter how rich or poor you are, no matter if you're black, you're white, no matter if you're young or old, what you have is time, and you have a limited amount of time. Even if you're young, you still have a limited amount of time. So what I advise people to do is to learn fast. How exactly can you learn this thing in the smallest amount of time, right? Take, for example, marketing. That's what I'm really passionate about right now. I learned marketing extremely fast by going to books, right? I learned that books are like the source material for knowledge that is on the internet, or that's how our ancestors were able to leave the knowledge back. In books, you have to distill the information at a different degree. When you're watching videos on YouTube or you're reading a blog post, they're most likely giving you like tactics, very small chunks of information to go off with. And that is understandable because you're only going to get a small amount of time. You can't learn an entire skill in a 30-minute video or a 20-minute video. Heck, a full 1-hour video. You can't learn or master a true skill in just one YouTube video. I love to go through books and audiobooks. I can't sit down and read these books just text format, just looking at it with my eyes. But I was able to read at a very fast pace and learn a lot at a very fast pace. And I think that is best. If you're studying a software or a skill, learn it extremely fast, right? Because you then need to you'll realize that this is not the last skill you have to learn. After you learn another skill, you have another skill to learn, right? And it reminds me of something I heard once where they say a lot of people know how to write, but then you have professional writers. But then you need to be a best-selling writer. To be one of those, you most likely need to learn sales, or you need to learn a ton of other skills, marketing, how to actually phrase this thing, how to really talk to people. You could probably be the best writer at sci-fi novels, but nobody's reading your books. because you don't know how to market yourself. You don't know how to really connect with people. You don't know how to do research. There are just skills out there, tons of skills. So learn the skill that you're currently learning and learn it extremely fast, and then go on to the next skill. And then the next thing is to practice every single day. We have this guy called Beeple. A lot of people know him. He got extremely popular after NFTs, but I knew Beeple from a long time ago because he challenged himself to create a piece of art every single day. Imagine creating something 365 days. That is hard. That is hard. If you think it's easy, try it. If you think it is easy, try it. I promise you'll fail the first time you try it, because consistency is very hard to get down, man. I tried to work out. The consistency that I'm at now, I had to fail a ton of times at working out. So that's the same thing. Whatever you're doing, you need to practice a lot. If you're learning an instrument, if you're doing marketing, if you're doing social media, if you're doing blogging, if you're doing plumbing, if you're doing electricity, you're being like an electrician, you're being a physicist, practice what you're learning. Do experiments, put it to the test. I read this book called Outliers. I think Malcolm Gladwell wrote that book. And he said to be an expert at anything, you need to practice or put in 10,000 hours in whatever you're doing. And it's so true. I think that math comes up to if you practice 2 hours a day for 5 years, 10 years. I don't remember the true math of it, but it'll be honest with you. But practice what you're doing and try to practice every single day. Maybe just watch a video every day or put it to the test every day. Do a project every day. Make it a small project. You'll realize that after doing small projects, maybe 2 or 3 months in, you're starting to be able to fit large projects into a day. You become an expert much quicker that way. Now, the next thing is, after you studied this skill, you practice this skill a ton. Now you need to move on to the next skill, and then the next skill after that, and then the next skill after that. And when you see all of your life's work is when you merge all of these skills. You merge marketing, you merge sales, you merge the product that you spent your time on. Maybe you're a developer and you spent years working on code, learning code, how to make an app and make a really good app. Because making an app, your first app is going to be your calculator or something. You're probably your 100th app, your 1000th app. It's going to be a really good app, but nobody's using that app. It's a great app, but nobody's using it. You need to learn business. You need to learn marketing. You need to learn sales. You need to learn email marketing. All these skills also have sub skills that you have to learn, but it all comes in at the end of the day to make you a better person. This journey that we're on is just a culmination of skills all coming together, and we're changing. That's what I've found for myself personally. I would learn one thing and I'd be obsessed with that one thing, and then I become really good at that thing. And I realize I want other people to enjoy what you do. They're not going to get that from being good at that thing. You need to go out now, make a living doing that thing. You need to learn business. You need to learn sales. You need to learn marketing. You need to learn all these other skills, copywriting, do advertising. Then you merge, and then I promise you, whatever you're doing, it's going to take off. The next thing is to also make it extremely simple. This is something that I learned in design. I used to be all about having hundreds of layers in Adobe After Effects. I used to work on VFX, doing eye animation, levitating bullets, all sorts of crazy stuff. Then I got into motion graphics and I wanted tons of layers, lyric videos, tons of crazy layers in my lyric videos. But then I started to realize I need to make it simple, especially even practicing these things every day. You make things simple and you realize that you're far more likely to be consistent with that thing. They talk about it in tons of books as well. The Power of Habit, Atomic Habits. Tons of books all about habits and discipline and consistency. They talk about making these things simple. Whatever you're doing, try to make it simple. Challenge yourself and make it a worthy challenge, but make it simple enough that you're able to do it every single day. And this will also let you realize how important systems are. That's also another skill. I read this book called Systemology that really changed the way I look at business. I realized that business is literally just a group of systems. If you're the type of person that you think that you're the best at doing everything in your business, then something is wrong. You need to take that out of your head and put it on paper. Look at all of those steps that you would be doing every single time you have a project or every single time you're supposed to do something. You'll actually realize that if you just take it out of your head and write it all down, what you do. Okay, I do this, then I do this, then I do this. You start to realize certain patterns. You start to realize that it all comes down to systems. And that's where you also delegate. The way in which I've been able to delegate efficiently is to make a really good system that someone who is fairly knowledgeable about the skills in this arena, like for example, if it's video editing, they're an editor, and you don't have to be the best editor to make the best video or the type of video that you're doing, but they're able to follow the system. And then when you make people able to follow systems and it's a simple system, then that way you're able to replicate the type of content that they're doing or to replicate the type of quality that you have in your work. Make it simple, make it into a system and replicate. Another thing that I learned too is to build an archive. When I was doing lyric videos, I started to realize I had tons of assets. Like I would have dust elements, I would have tons of two-dimensional interactive elements, I'd have the themes of the video, the environment, the atmospheric element that I want to have there, the fog, the mist, all these type of elements, but sometimes these elements I would get them online or I'd purchase them, but some elements I would actually build them. I'd have a system how to make metallic text, a system how to do this, and I'd realize I don't probably need to be building these things from scratch every single time. You need to build archives for whatever you do. Maybe it's an archive of Excel formulas, how to analyze statistical data, how to do makeup stuff. Have an archive of tons of makeup wings. I don't know, tons of different things that you do in your craft, but have an archive, because I've realized having archive made my life even simpler, because I could go back and be like, oh, you compare different things that are similar in the archive and you're like, wow, here is a list of like tons of different things. I'm able to just grab it, so it's simple, but it's also, I'm able to compare all of these elements and build different variations of things, but also compare them and say, wow, probably will be better with this one. I was thinking of going this direction, but now I'm going to go this direction just because I'm now in the archive and I'm looking at all of these different type of things. It's the same type of thing with marketing. I have a large bank of ideas, the type of transitions that I use. I now have a transition archive. I have a GIF archive, or sometimes the archive gets so big that it's better to upload it and then you can access it remotely. The last step is to keep going. Sometimes in my journey, over the years that I've been doing media, content creation, design, all of it, I've realized that I've wanted to give up a lot of time. I'm wondering, is this the way? You truly know it's the way when you start to see results. A lot of us don't see results early. So sometimes you have to keep going, keep putting in the work, keep building your skills, keep making it simple, keep adding system, make it bigger, challenge yourself, taking on more risk, because you will eventually get where you want to go. We all have the destination in our mind that we're trying to end up at. And I promise you that you might not end up that place, the place that you initially thought you wanted to go. But if you don't end up there, I promise if you keep going, you'll end up in a better place. And not only that you'll end up somewhere, but the journey is changing you. You are becoming a different person, a better person at home. If you're continuously getting skills and building your skills, yeah, you're changing into a different version of yourself and you're getting better. You're merging your skills. You're becoming a different person. I definitely think you should always keep going, keep your foot on the pedal. And if somebody out there right now thinks that, yo, maybe I should give up, maybe this is the last thing for me, I should not be doing this, I'm telling you, do it. The world needs more people taking the risk and being in their passion. If you love something and you think that you want to do it, you should do it. If it turns out that it's not your passion, then hey, now you know that it's not your passion. No, you're not in the place that you were initially wondering if it was your passion. But no matter what, if you take a risk, if you take a step, you'll never regret it, in my opinion. And if you do regret it, then keep taking steps forward and you'll realize that you shouldn't have regretted that step. Thank you guys so much for watching.